Bulletcast for life.
Oh, they did it again. Oh my god, they did it again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the subscription, the stream, the viewing, the download, the listen. I'm the Bulletcast champion, the Podfather Philip Antoine, and I'm giving you another analysis of an APW show. I mean, they did it again. All Pro Wrestling War at the Shore last night in Daly City. It was at a boys and girls club. I can't remember the exact name of it at the moment, but an amazing show. They had Booker T was there, Reno Scum, Carl Fredericks, Jacob Fatu, Flip Gordon. They had so much great stuff that was going on last night. But let's jump right into it. So at the beginning of the show, Stryker, aka the Chocolate Poppy, he goes on to defeat M-Dog, Son of Havoc, aka Matt Cross. You may remember Matt Cross from the 2011 season of Tough Enough. It was an amazing match. It really was. I'm very high on the Chocolate Poppy. At the last show I went to, he defeated the Jungle Boy, and this guy, he's gonna be something. Of course, he's into the whole Black Panther Wakanda Forever theme, with the way his hair is structured for his matches, kind of like Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan's character in the Black Panther film. A lot of great stuff. Stryker, very very good heel. You know, he knows how to work a crowd. I really enjoyed his stuff. Matt Cross, I love watching this guy wrestle. He can really go. It was a great match, a really nice one to open up the show. The crowd, they got pretty loud. We got pretty loud for this one, and it was an amazing match. Stryker, of course, he finishes the match off with an F5. Stryker, he has a pretty solid F5. I mean, it looks really, really good the way he delivers it. The one he delivered to Jungle Boy at the last APW show I went to, off the top rope, that was amazing. But this one to Matt Cross, and kudos to Matt Cross and his selling as well of the maneuver. It was awesome. But I really enjoyed it. Good job to both of these men. And then after that, Booker T, the WWE Hall of Famer and former six-time World Heavyweight Champion, comes out and cuts a promo, has a nice little segment for the crowd. Talks about the seminar he gave earlier in the day to the guys and girls in the back. He talks about All Pro Wrestling and how the match that happened before he came out to cut the promo was really amazing and got him fired up because of the crowd's energy. And then he goes on to take a picture with the girls and boys from the Boys and Girls Club, and that was just a really nice moment to see. Honestly, I got to meet Booker T. Really nice guy. Super cool, super chill. I told him, hey man, I appreciate all of your work. I appreciate everything you've done. And he said, oh man, I'm not going nowhere yet. So that was pretty cool to hear. It was just a really nice moment. You know, I got to meet a Hall of Famer. Stuff like that doesn't happen. Kudos to Marcus Mack for getting Booker T. Stuff like that just doesn't happen. It was so real for me. You know, I'm gonna remember that moment for the rest of my life. And then after that, we have a Four Corners tag team match where the Classic Connection, it was Levi Shapiro, and it wasn't Buddy Royal. It was some other gentleman. His name is escaping me at the moment. I'm sorry. But the Classic Connection, they go on to defeat the Rodeo Express, Derek Slade, Dominic Texera, and Bison Braddock, and Royce Isaacs. The match was fine. Some people weren't really into it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. The Rodeo Express, those guys were interesting. They had a cool tag spot where the taller gentleman of the group, like, he was in the ring and he was busy handling the opponent, so he reaches his foot out and his partner tags himself in by touching his foot. I thought that was unique and creative and innovative. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. That was interesting. But of course, the Classic Connection win. Why a whole bunch of chaos is going on. Levi Shapiro hits a schoolboy on one of the guys, and while all the chaos is going on, he gets the 1-2-3, and the Classic Connection walk out with the victory. All right. After that, we have Samara. She's a young lady making a name for herself, going up against a crowd favorite, Shotzi Blackheart. I've seen these girls wrestle time and time again in singles matches, other places, and then of course the mixed tag match they had at the last All Pro Wrestling show. I mean the match was fine. People weren't really into it like the tag match because of I guess they said there were too many botches or whatever, but I don't honestly I don't think that was the case. I thought the match was fine. You know, I mean, I appreciate women's wrestling. I appreciate how serious they were taking themselves. So it was fine. Samara, the one thing that she does beautifully is that scoop power slam. I mean, if you watch her do it, it'll make you think of Goldust or Randy Orton. You know, like she does that very very well. And then her finisher is she holds the person by their neck, drops the back of their neck and head onto her knee, and then she turns it into a neck breaker for the finish. Samara goes over Shotzi Blackheart. And then a really exciting match of the night. Flip Gordon, yes, Flip Gordon. Guy who's Ring of Honor star trying to get booked for All In. Uh, I enjoyed Flip Gordon. I got to meet him. I finally got to talk to him. I told him, "Hey man, I really enjoy your work on being the elite. I really enjoy your stuff. You know, just in general, like you're a really talented guy." You know, he said, "Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me." It was all very very cool. Marcus Lewis, he's a guy. He's one half a Lion Power APW homegrown tag team. Former APW tag team champion is Marcus Lewis. I've been watching this guy since the beginning. I was there for his first match in the All Pro Wrestling Garage, which used to be located here in Hayward, California. I think that was about 2013, I want to say, if I'm correct. But yeah, I mean, this match was awesome. It was great. There were a lot of flips. There was a lot of good back and forth wrestling exchanges. I love matches where the guys, you know, they keep shooting each other off into the ropes, arm drag, you know, shoot each other off to the ropes again, goes for a move, they duck, they both try to drop kick each other, the feet touch, they stop, and and then they did nip ups, they did the kip up like a Shawn Michaels, and then they kind of just stared at each other, looked around in the crowd, you know, we gave our applause. I love sequences like that. I really, really enjoy stuff like that. It was awesome. Flip Gordon, he got the win with I believe a 450. But Marcus Lewis, I mean, this guy, he's on the come up. Seriously, I mean, he was one of the enhancement talents that was fed to Braun Strowman during Braun's squash match run of 2016. So this kid, I mean, this guy, he has something special. He truly, truly does. I'm excited for his future. Flip Gordon, hopefully he does get booked for All In. He mentioned that before his match with Marcus Lewis. So I hope to see those guys work together again very soon. I just want to see Flip Gordon come back because he's a super cool dude. I'd love to talk to him and possibly hopefully get an interview with him someday in the future for the Bulletcast fans. All right, then after that, a match with a lot of emotion. We had Bad Boys Personified go on to defeat Matt Carlos and Dave Dutra. Now this match is special for a lot of reasons, really, because Dave Dutra and one half of Bad Boys Personified, Wrestling Personified, Rick Luxury, they've been having this rivalry go on for really the better part of 3.5 or 4 years. So it was very interesting to see. Of course, Luxury retired Dave Dutra in the building where this show took place, and then he pinned him in the tag team match again in the same building. So I mean, I thought that was cool. It, I enjoyed it. You know, Matt Carlos. I used to watch him in the APW garage. He still has it. It was good to see this tag team wrestling. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the story that Dutra and Luxury were really telling, though. I mean, Bad Boy Boyce Legrande, he was in the match for a good majority of it, you know, because, of course, Luxury's the heel. He doesn't want to have anything to do with Dutra. But then, of course, they finally get in the ring together. Luxury pins Dutra, but then Dutra makes an announcement, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Dutra says that Luxury isn't that good of a professional wrestler. He can't beat him one on one. So he makes a proposition for him at All Pro Wrestling Gym Wars at James Logan High School on April 14th Dutra wants Luxury one-on-one inside of a steel cage match. Now that's going to be awesome. That's really going to be awesome. But then Luxury throw something on the line as well. He says, "You know what? I'll do it, but you have to put your career on the line for good. None of this coming back. Like you have to put it on the line so I can be done with you once and for all." And Dutra accepts, and that's going to be amazing. Then after that, Luxury tries to shake Dutra's hand. But of course, Luxury is gonna try to attack Dutra. Dutra pushes off the cutter that Luxury is about to try to hit, and then Dutra hits his DDT and rolls out of the ring before the rest of the BBP tries to get him. So I thought that was really cool. And then we go into a short intermission, but the match after intermission, oh my god, it has to be the match of the night. These are two of my favorite guys to watch on the indies. I mean, seriously. I've interviewed the BFD, the Big F and Deal, Carl Fredericks before. An interview I did with him at the show actually is going to be coming up pretty soon, within the next couple days. But he went on to try to reclaim his throne against Jacob Fatu, the Big Oos, the current All Pro Wrestling Internet Champion. So I mean, this match was great. The story, like again, guys, I love a good story. I really appreciate great storytelling, and these guys, they had it. They were involved in a fatal four-way at the last All Pro Wrestling show. The other people involved were JR Kratos and Sin. Unfortunately, Fredericks didn't get the job done, so he got his one-on-one opportunity here. And the interview I did with Fredericks before the match, like you could really, I could really see it and tell in his voice, like he's upset that he lost his championship. Like I mean, everybody should be upset that they lose the title, but no, like it really got to him. He said the match he had with Fatu at the Cow Palace, it was great, but it was not his best moment because he didn't walk out the victor, and I can really understand that. So he was really looking forward to earning back his crown and getting back the championship that he feels he never should have lost. And the match, oh my, it was amazing. Jacob Fatu, he's a part of the bloodline, the Anoa'i Samoan wrestling dynasty. And this guy, you could tell, like it's in his blood. He's a natural at this. But then again, I could say the same for Carl Fredericks. Fredericks, he just makes it all look effortless. I mean, seriously, every move he does, the People's Moonsault, which I'm a huge fan of. It's a parody of the People's Elbow, but instead of dropping the elbow, he does a moonsault. His kicks, his super kicks, his insiguris, his moonsault when somebody's standing up. I love everything that Carl does. His Swanton Bomb looks amazing, and that's usually his finish. And Fatu kicks out of that, so we're like, what else can there be? Fatu's finish is a moonsault, and Carl kicks out of that, so I'm like, oh my god, it's over. I mean, like he kicked out of it, and I'm like, oh my god, wait. Can Carl pull this one out? Is he gonna get the title back? Stuff like that was going on. Carl also does the GTS, and he hits a pretty nice GTS, and Fatu kicks out yet again, and I'm like, oh my god, what else can these guys do to each other? What else is going to happen? And out of nowhere, shout out to the Big Goose Fatu, he hits him with a Canadian Destroyer. And I've seen the move live at an All Pro Wrestling show like in the past, but to see like a man of Fatu's size hitting that move and hitting it so quick, I was like, oh, and that ended the match. And they have a moment. They have kind of a curtain call moment at the end, where they have a stare down, and Fatu is just looking like, yeah, I got your number, bruh. Yeah. But then Fredericks raises Jacob Fatu's hand, and Carl goes back to the back, and Fatu, he's so over. I mean, this guy, he's a really likable guy. He's so over with the crowd. It was nice. He had a moment with the boys and girls of the Boys and Girls Club. Anyway, while his theme music was playing, they were kind of just dancing with each other, and I think some of the Bloodline was in attendance. I saw a lot of Samoans there, so it was great. He's like a hero to those kids and to the people of Samoan descent. So I thought that was really cool to see. Jacob Fatu, Carl Fredericks, match of the night, hands down, amazing. But then if you want to get into another fun match, we got to talk about Reno Scum, Luster the Legend, and Adam Thornstowe. They retain the All Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships against Besta 666 and Ray Horace. Um, I've heard of Besta 666 before. I've never actually seen him live. So this was very interesting. I enjoyed it. They were billed from being from the happiest place on earth, Tijuana, Mexico, and I had a friend of mine. He's Hispanic, so he with me in attendance, and he really enjoyed that. It was cool. A lot of high flying spots. A lot of Adam Thornstowe, just cussing at his opponents and all that stuff. It was all fun stuff. Luster, he's a big boy, but he was selling for the smaller guys, and I enjoyed that. I thought it was interesting. A lot of diving and almost landing on fans. That was all cool. But of course, the Reno Scum they pull out the victory with the Luster. I don't know what their move is called, but Luster he kind of holds his opponent. I think he puts his foot on their back and he grabs their arms and he pulls them up and their heads kind of up in the air. Then Adam Thornstowe he does a double stomp or a coup de grace to the back of the head, and they get the victory, the 1-2-3. But the main event of the night, I've never seen anything like this. I don't know who created this match or whatever, but it was something to watch. It was a bunkhouse stampede. Now, what this is, it is I don't know how many men were in the bunkhouse stampede, but all the men start off in the ring at the same time, so it's a battle royal. But when it becomes the last two men standing, I thought it was going to be a one-on-one match, or a regular match. No, whoever are the last two men in the ring, it turns into a last man standing match. Now this was something interesting. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, there were so many people in this match. Let me see if I can name quite a few of them. There was Papa Esco. There was Sin. There was the Berkeley Brawler, who I love that gimmick so much. The Berkeley Brawler is amazing. There was Frost. There was Will Hobbs, another half of Lion Power. There was J.R. Kratos. There was Amish Johnson. There was a Sin Bodie. If you remember him, he was Kazarni in WWE back in '08 for a very brief stint. So a lot of stuff was going on there. Papa Esco and Kazarni, they were having an exchange outside of the ring. I mean, I was in the second row on the floor. So, I mean, they were throwing the trash can that was next to us at each other. It was full of garbage. They were throwing it at each other, hitting each other with it. Kazarni threw it at Papa Esco at one point, and trash flew everywhere. The guy sitting next to me got hit with trash. I almost got smacked in the head with the Gatorade bottle that came flying from that trash can. It was something interesting to see. Guys all over the place fighting. The Berkeley Brawler, he was riding his scooter outside of the ring like he normally does, and he was like, "They can't eliminate me if I'm over here doing this." Ah. So I thought that was cool. I love the Berkeley Brawler. Great gimmick. But it was a very very good match. A lot of big hosses flying all over the place, and I was like, oh man, this is getting pretty intense. I don't know how I feel about this. And so the last 2 men in the ring were Will Hobbs and the Greasy Meatball. That's just what we call the guy. I'm not sure if that's his actual name. I would hope not. But so the Greasy Meatball and Will Hobbs are the last guys standing. Oh wait, no. Before that, there were three. There were the Greasy Meatball, Will Hobbs, and J.R. Kratos, the God of War. Now, Papa Esco and Sin, they are a tag team. They make a run in, and they assault J.R. Kratos. They set up 4 chairs and slam him on them after hitting Will Hobbs with a chair, making a run in, and then J.R. Kratos just gets tossed out. So Esco and Sin they leave the ring, and it's left to the Greasy Meatball and Will Hobbs. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a botched spot or they were just too close to each other. But they both tried to clothesline each other, and you could tell the Greasy Meatball took the real brunt of the attack. I mean, he just got smacked in the face, and that resulted in him not being able to make the 10 count. I mean, you could see the blood just gushing from his nose and his mouth. Will Hobbs, he won the bunkhouse stampede, and not only that, but at the All Pro Wrestling Gym War show at James Logan High School on April 14th. He will be wrestling Jeff Cobb, the All Pro Wrestling Universal Champion, for their heavyweight title. That's going to be major. That's a match I would really want to see. Jeff Cobb, he's been doing stuff in Japan. Plus, Jeff Cobb has a very unique style. He has the tour of the islands, kind of the swinging power slam. He has the shooting star headbutt that he does from a standing position. So a lot of great stuff is going to be happening at this next upcoming Gym Wars show. I'm really excited for it. And yep, I'm looking at the advertising poster right now. Gym Wars steel cage match: Dave Dutra versus Rick Luxury. It's going to be Saturday, April 14th at 7 p.m. James Logan High School in Union City. Dutra puts his career on the line. It's going to be something. It's going to be something very, very interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up my recap, my analysis of All Pro Wrestling War at the Shore. Another great show. I'm never disappointed with any All Pro Wrestling show I go to. I've been going to them since about 2012 in the old APW garage here in Hayward. I'm never disappointed with anything APW does. So go get your tickets for the Gym War show on April 14th in James Logan High School. And tickets are also available for the King of the Indies event. So that's going to be something special. That's going to be happening July 6th, I believe. That's a Friday, I think. And then, of course, the day after, New Japan Pro Wrestling is bringing wrestling back to the Cow Palace on July 7th. But go get your tickets for the Gym War show on April 14th. Go get your tickets for All Pro Wrestling King of the Indies tournament. That's going to be something special. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another All Pro Wrestling recap. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Bulletcast for life.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.